And after I was sent for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks. For mine eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face, neither is their iniquity hid from mine eyes. At first I will recompense their iniquity in that same double, because they have defiled my land. They have filled my inheritance with the carcasses of the detestable and abominable things. Endure till it's finished, the Lord will get his vengeance. And since they are debtors, they get a death sentence. For all the lies, these devils gotta die, so say goodbye. When the terrors hit the skies, rise, Yasha Allah, rise. Endure till it's finished, the Lord will get his vengeance. And since they are debtors, they get a death sentence. For all the lies, these devils gotta die, so say goodbye. When the terrors hit the skies, rise, Yasha Allah, rise.
Rise, Yasha Allah, rise. The beast among us, open up your eyes and watch these cowards hide. And we don't know what's going on because the lack of knowledge. We like some puppets getting strung along. The Lord's army here to wake you up and rid the earth for this bastard in the space they've been taking up. Now they ain't make the cut, but I'ma make a cut. Blood on my sword and the boots that I'm lacing up. The same boots that I made them kiss. When it's done I scream Kwam Yasha Allah as I raise my fist. You can't run, can't hide from the killers. Hide, feel or die by the same ones you call niggas. And it's justice to make the babies watch. They take them by the ankles, dash their head against the rocks. They whole race getting knocked off, bowing down in front of the king while their heads getting chopped off.
Endure till it's finished, the Lord will get his vengeance. And since they are menace, they get a death sentence. For all the lies, these devils gotta die, so say goodbye. When the terrors hit the skies, rise, Yasha Allah, rise. Endure till it's finished, the Lord will get his vengeance. And since they are menace, they get a death sentence. For all the lies, these devils gotta die, so say goodbye. When the terrors hit the skies, rise, Yasha Allah, rise.
Bye bye devils, cause you lie devils, you gon' die devils, don't ask why devils, all the crime. What you did against my people, you gon' get it good. Edomites, honkies, them crackers, that's a peck of wood. We gon' keep it hood when the order come. When the smoke clears, that's when the slaughter done. I broke your bones, you can't take the violence. Only thing you gon' ever break on me is my silence. The enemy stole my identity, there's birthright theft. Bump them off is the remedy. My gun starts sneezing when it shoot at you. Put some holes in your tattoo, that's what the gat do. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and Acts 2, they already wrote and testified that my facts true. Meet my two guns, lay down and stay down. Then my dogs on both sides, right and left, they bust Greyhound.
Endure till it's finished, the Lord will get his vengeance. And since they are menace, they get a death sentence. For all the lies, these devils gotta die, so say goodbye. When the terrors hit the skies, rise, Yasha Allah, rise. Endure till it's finished, the Lord will get his vengeance. And since they are menace, they get a death sentence. For all the lies, these devils gotta die, so say goodbye. When the terrors hit the skies, rise, Yasha Allah, rise.
Y'all clap it up. Hey,
Shalom. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, out of Harlem, New York, under Commander General Honor. This is Precinct Officer Habanah 1000, and this is the Isupk Houston Wednesday Law class. You understand? Most High in Christ, man. It's been a couple weeks I've been out. You understand? Big up to Officer Ram. You understand? Holding it down for me while I've been gone. Get that brother hand. Most High in Christ. It's an awesome priest. You understand? Holding it down. Alright, so what I want to do is I like to start out the class with questions. I got a fairly long topic today. We might have to do a part 2. So I'm going to see how many questions we got, if we have any at all. And we'll just go from there. If it's too many, then we'll just have to cut it short. But if you have any questions, go ahead and type the questions in. Let me check on Facebook real quick. See if we have any questions. Give me a second. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now. Everybody getting their stimulus checks. They turning up, huh? It's a big turn up going on right now. Today, what they said, I was reading something today where it's supposed to be like the deadline or something like that for like most of the direct deposits to be gone out or something like that. So everybody that receive direct deposit should have their stimulus by now. I also just seen something recently where there was a quadruple murder. You heard about that, Ron? Like brother killed like 4 people, including the child, right? Over some stimulus money. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's why it's important to be in the Isupk the Commander General Hunter. Because you know, in the Isupk, for one, the first thing we do when we get our stimulus check is pay our damn tithes. You understand? That's the first thing we do with our stimulus check. We're not sitting around arguing about who get what and what's going well and why is this not going there and none of that. We first and foremost, we take care of what we need. We take care of our business. You understand what I'm saying? We put our money where our heart is. You understand? That's why the treasures go. So the first thing we do is making sure that the nation is good. You understand? And then from there, priorities, bills, stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? You got debt, pay your debt. Instead, you got brothers and sisters arguing about who's supposed to get the money and where the money supposed to go, and they killing each other over it, man. You understand what I'm saying? That's what happens when the Lord is not in the midst, man. And a lot more that is going to happen if our people don't turn away from their wickedness and come into the truth, man. Give me a second. Let me check real quick, see what's going on. All right. So I don't see nothing on Facebook right now. Let me go ahead and check YouTube real quick. If we don't got nothing, then we're going to go ahead and go straight into the lesson. All right, Most High in Christ. Okay, so I don't see nothing. So, all right, Ron, give me. So what I want to first ask y'all. Okay, so the title of the class is Avoiding Stumbling Blocks While Working Hard for the Truth. All right, so the reason why I chose this title is because, while we in the truth and we living in hell and we constantly enduring and we constantly, following these laws, statutes, and commandments, it's very easy to, get sidetracked on. Don't let them bite on your stuff. It's very easy to get sidetracked and allow things to make you fall. It's very easy. Okay, how can I put it? So you're so busy focusing on trying to keep the laws and trying to, not fall and stumble, that it's so easy to allow something to come in and make you stumble. Does that make sense? It catch you off guard. You put your guard down because you got your guard up in other places where now your weakness is exposed and your weakness get exposed. You know what I'm saying? Like it is exposed and then it gets exploited.
So what happens is that's when them demons come. The demons come and prey on your weakness because you have your guard up in so many other areas. And so when you have your guard down, wherever you have your guard down, those demons are going to come in and take advantage of you. So it's very important to have topics like these to kind of just be like a refresher, just to keep your mind on it, keep it on your mind, keep it on. What's that precept where it talk about the laws in your inward parts? Give me that precept real quick. Like it's very important that this scripture, this precept that he finna get is not here for no reason. It's very important that we take heed to this precept. It's very important that we keep these laws, we keep this whole purpose. It's very important that we keep this purpose on our minds. You understand? Every day that we wake up, all day long, throughout the course of the day, keep it on your mind. Let it stay on your mind like that stimulus check. Before you got it, you knew it was coming, so you got it on your mind every day. I can't wait to get it. Let it stay on your mind like the refund, the tax refund. Ever since you filed your taxes, you've been checking the goddamn what the little thing on your app, the IRS app to see where my refund at. Where's my refund? You know what I'm saying? You've been checking the damn app every night since you filed. You know it's gonna take at least 3 weeks before they get to you. You've been checking it every night. You've been checking it so much that they done locked out the goddamn system. You understand? You checked it 20 times now. You locked out for 24 hours. Well, that's how you should have these laws on your mind. That's how you should have this truth on your mind. Have it on your mind like money's on your mind. If you focus more on the truth than money, then maybe you actually stay loyal, and maybe you wouldn't have no stumbling blocks. But see, we get sidetracked too much. Like, don't get me wrong, yeah, you need money to survive. Hell, you need to give your 10% to the priests and prophets, to Isupk, Commander Junior Honor. You understand? You need money to how can I put it? I mean, we're in America, so money. You need money to make things happen. You need money for a building. You need money for new equipment. You need money for everything. Really, right? So there's nothing wrong with going out and getting it and getting that money and making sure you're good. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, we get sidetracked into the little things, the finer things in life. You get so caught up in wanting to be a doctor and a lawyer to make all this money, but you can't even keep the laws. You can't even come to class, or you can't even watch class. You get so caught up in making money that you forget that, oh damn, I was supposed to come. The feast day was one day. You can't even remember the feast day, but you sure can remember when you finna get that check. That's what we gotta do. We gotta focus. We gotta go like 10 times as hard for the Lord and for this truth than we do with everything else. And this is not just talking about money or job. This is talking about anything that you look at as valuable to you. Put that in the Lord times 10. If that's a brother, guess what? You're supposed to be working hard. Wherever you you shouldn't have idle time. Now I'm not talking about you taking a break to rest and playing a game, video, whatever keeps you rested or calm in your spare time. What I mean is if you got time to play the game, then you damn sure should have time to be working, being up here at the school and doing stuff like that. If you're not being here at the school, if you're not putting in your brick nowhere else, you shouldn't have no time to play the game. Does that make sense? Sisters, you shouldn't. If you ain't up here at the feast day preparing meals for brothers and up here at the school sweeping and mopping and doing, then you shouldn't have time to really go, to the nail salon. You shouldn't. I mean, it's too much time. You ain't got enough time. You've been working too hard, so you ain't got enough time to go to the nail shop or get your hair done or whatever women like to do. You don't have enough time for it. You don't have enough time for girls' night out because you don't even have enough time to put in your brick around for the Lord. Does that make sense? And another thing too. Our children, as parents in this truth, should also instill into our kids that they shouldn't have idle time either. Now, of course, with kids, it's a lot more leeway, you know, because they're kids. You want them to be kids and enjoy being a kid. But also, they need to be doing things that can help them prepare to grow up to be, you know, good wives and sisters in this truth, and good brothers and husbands and priests and prophets in this truth. So it's start off while they're young, being able to practice these things. So they should be in class too. You know, and of course, like I say, they can play around and stuff like that, but it should also still be a time where, okay, look, this is serious. You need to know, hey, these are the laws. You need to know, especially when they get of age. Now, you know, they little, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8, you know, then of course, you know, it's going to be a little bit, like I said, there's more leeway. But when they start getting into the teens and, you know, 14, 13, 14, 15 and up, you know, okay, now it's time to sit your butt down and get your notepad and take notes. It's time for you to, you know, be at home sewing. It's time for you to learn the essentials, learn how to cook some biscuits from scratch. You know, that's when it's time to start instilling these laws into the children. The scripture says, you train a child up in the way, train a child up in the way they should go, and they'll never depart. Something like that. I'm gonna paraphrase it, but that's how we should be. This is serious, man. This is like COVID is the new norm. This truth is the new norm. This lifestyle, this bringing the kingdom here on earth is the new norm. And we need to start practicing these life skills. We need to start practicing, you know, and it starts with the law. And it starts with this truth. It starts with brotherhood and sisterhood. It starts with not allowing demons to, you know, overtake you. It starts with not putting a stumbling block in front of your brothers and sisters. It starts with avoiding the stumbling block. Give me that precept you got, Ron.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with thee, with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts.
I will do what?
I'll put my law in their inward parts.
Go ahead.
And write it in their hearts.
And do what?
And write it in their hearts.
I will put my laws in their inward parts and write it in their hearts. Where's your heart? Your mind. You understand? There's something going on?
No, I was just going to
It's your mind. That's your heart. I will write it in there. Why is it saying I will put my laws in their inward parts and write it in their heart? Why is it saying that? Nobody know? Nobody know why. Read it one more time.
But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts.
I will put my law in their inward parts. He said, this is the covenant. And he said, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts. Why is the Bible saying, why is the scripture saying that? Nobody want to give it a shot? I know what I'll tell you. It's to keep it on your mind. It's to keep it on your mind. You wake up in the morning, the way you wake up and think about that waffle that you want to, you know what I'm saying? You want to eat them waffle and eggs and turkey sausage. Well, guess what? These laws and this way of life should be on your mind. You should be thinking about the law. Okay, well, I got to make sure I ain't no pork in this turkey sausage. It should be on your mind at all times. The way you in the afternoon when you trying to eat lunch at work, well, guess what? If they over there talking about sin, let me go ahead and scoop my tray over here a little bit. I don't want to be a part. It should be on your mind. Don't get sidetracked. Don't let that stimulus money sidetrack you. Don't let that don't let anything stop you from our ultimate goal in this truth. What is our ultimate goal in this truth? For brothers, it should be to get a crown. For sisters, it should be to eventually have a husband and be a crown to him. It should be, being raised up in this truth and learning how to be the best sister that you could possibly be. Be the best, listen, you think you're going to impress, I'm going to tell you something. You ain't going to impress Christ with your looks. Was not loud enough? No, it's going to echo online. Okay, no sweat. You're not going to impress Christ with your looks. You're not gonna, you think you cute. You wanna get worried about, this little dress it be killing me, man. Some of you sisters, you try so hard to look so cute. You want to have these little short dresses on, trying to show off your legs and all. None of that stuff matters, and none of that stuff don't matter when Christ returns. Who the hell cares about how your leg? Like, I'm gonna tell you something. A man in his truth should not be caring about. You know what? And that's gonna bring me to my next. Give me Ecclesiasticus chapter 25, verse 21. Nobody give a damn about how smooth your legs are, sis. Not in this truth. And if a brother is sitting there worrying about that, then guess what? He don't have them laws in his inward parts. Because all he can focus on is how you looking. That's all you can focus on. And all you can focus on is trying to come up here so you can look good to make sure that they looking at you. And this is not particularly talking about here. This is anywhere you go. This ain't talking about like the school or nothing. This anywhere you go, you should have it on your mind. Okay, I don't need to be showing off my body because this is not what it's about. I don't want a man looking at me like that anyway because I'm not that type of woman. I'm a different breed. Because guess what? I got these laws in my inward parts. Ain't no whores of the daughters of Israel. That's what should be on the sister's mind at all times. You got it? Read that for me.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus out of the Apocrypha, chapter 25, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
Stumble not.
Hold on, wait. The first word. The first word in the precept is stumble.
Read it. Stumble not.
Stumble not.
Go ahead.
At the beauty of a woman.
Good night. You see that? So that means the beauty of a woman could cause a brother to stumble. I mean, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we are men, right? You know, unless you're homosexual. You understand? You damn sure that you ain't gonna be alive in the kingdom being a homosexual. You ain't allowed in the ISUPK being homosexual. So I know everybody in the school is straight. And guess what? That means a woman's beauty could cause you to stumble. If you don't have them laws in your inward parts. If you don't have that written in your hearts. You should keep it on your mind so that beauty of that woman won't let you, because you're going to follow this scripture right here if you have it in your inward parts. If you had it on your mind constantly, it says stumble not. Why is it telling you to stumble not at the beauty of a woman? Because obviously somebody has stumbled at the beauty of a woman before. That's why you have laws, statutes, commandments, and scriptures that advise you against things. Because somewhere down the line it didn't happen. So a brother somewhere that stumbled, and I mean, we've all guilty of it. Before coming in the truth, I was damn sure guilty of it. Woman beauty caused me to stumble many times. I didn't care if she was married or not. That's what happens. It beguiles sin. It creates that. It causes you to be a monster, man. If you don't follow after this Bible. But in the truth, we understand it says stumble not at the beauty of a woman. Don't let no woman, I don't give a damn how pretty she is. Because guess what? It's not about how pretty she is. Can she say condo to one condo? Is she going to pay them tithes? Is she going to send you that check, though? And let you take care of what needs to be taken care of? Is her money? Is she going to understand that her money is your money? Is she going to understand that she needs to learn how to cook some biscuits from scratch and prepare a meal for a nation? Does she understand that she needs to learn how to sew a garment out of a bed sheet if needed? I don't give a damn. You take some damn chopped up bed sheets. Can she make a garment out of this? Hell, make something. Make a headband, wolf, something. Can she do that? That's what I care about. And I would pray that the brothers alongside me in this truth care about that too. Because your beauty can only get you so far. I'm gonna tell you one thing. Once you start, I know they say black don't crack, and that is true for the most part. But at some point, you know what I'm saying? There will come a time where something start cracking, and it ain't gonna look nice. It's gonna be cracking and sagging and something else. There's a bunch of things gonna be going on at the same time. Why they talking about black don't crack? So you know, the thing about it is, what can you offer more than that? Brothers, what can you offer more than just, a good lifestyle? We have to have something more than that. We gotta have values and morals. What kind of work can you put in for the Lord? That's what a brother should be thinking about. Keep reading.
And desire her not for pleasure.
And desire her not for pleasure. Now, of course, you damn sure supposed to tie a fire. Don't get it twisted. But you're not supposed to get with a woman just because of that. You're not supposed to get with a woman just because you want some pleasure. It should be everything about that woman why you choose that woman. It should be, everything that I named previously. That's why it's very important to go through the courtship. That's why it's very important to take your time before you get married. Because it got to be more than, a man's, what this man can offer you emotionally. Can he make you feel good? Can he make you feel loved and, pretty? And, it's more than that. It's about can this man raise this nation up? What kind of man do you have? Can this man protect his home if somebody ran up in there? Because I damn sure can't protect nothing. I ain't trying to either. That's what should be on a woman's mind. You trying to be, unless you trying to be, what's up girl named Angelina Jolie off Salt. You know what I'm saying? Unless you trying to do some extraordinary stuff. You should be trying to be feminine, man, as a woman. You shouldn't be trying to, trying to be the next Catwoman. You should be actually trying to allow the man to protect you and give his life if need be. And he should be the type of man that will willfully do it. If you ain't got that type of man, sis, it don't matter what he can do for you in the bed. It don't matter what he can do for you financially. Because he can do all that for you, and then he gonna let a robber just come up in the house and smack you up and rape you, do whatever to you, and he gonna be scared and cowardice. And then what? You chose that man, sis. You should rather want a man that can protect you and truly love you. Not say I love you, baby, to make you feel good. No, show action. You should want a man like that to correct you. A man that know how to work the finances and help you save money and help the household flourish. That's what you should want rather than what he can do for you in the bed. Now, of course, that's a plus. He gonna all that in the Isupk, you have to worry about that. Brother gonna make sure he gonna do his job. But General Muhammad gonna get a call, and then that brother gonna get a call, or that brother gonna get a call me out, and then we already understand what goes on from there. So brother better make sure he's handling his business. But sisters, you need to also make sure you are diligent in your search of a brother. It says stumble not for beauty. It says stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. Brothers, you got to get your priorities straight. And sisters, this scripture applies to the brothers, but I'm telling you, sisters, you should also use this as, okay, I need to have my mind right too when choosing a man. So I just wanted to pull that out. Give me Romans 14 and 13. Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 14. But put ye on the Lord, Yahushua Mashiach, and make not provisions for the flesh, to fulfill the lust thereof.
Hold on, Salakia. Romans 14 and 13?
Oh, Salakia. This is Romans chapter 14, verse 13. Mm-hmm. Let us not therefore judge one another anymore, but judge this rather.
So now we already know what judge means. We understand what that means. That's to give that punishment out, right? So now this is, of course, in Romans. So this is when Paul is going out and teaching into the Lord's people that's in other places, right? In Rome, he's in Romans. The scriptures in Romans, I mean. So this is after Christ died. So after Christ died, then he sacrificed himself for that punishment that used to go out. So when you used to do something, you would get punished for it right then. So now after Christ died for you, that punishment don't come right away. Depending on, I guess it depends on the situation, but Christ died so that you don't have to, get stoned to death on the spot for committing adultery, like you would have. But guess what? That don't give you no leeway to just do what you want to do while Christ is, until Christ return. That means to not sin, right? That's what Christ wanted. But guess what? It says, let us therefore judge one another. Let us not therefore judge one another anymore. But just this rather. Go ahead.
That no man put a stumbling block or an occasion to fall in his brother's way.
So now, let's not focus on trying to punish somebody for when they do wrong, but let's rather focus more on not trying to be a stumbling block for a brother that's trying to do right, or a sister that's trying to do right and walk in this truth. Let's focus on that. See, our priorities are wrong. We got our priorities in the wrong places. We worrying about this and worrying about that. Instead, we should be focusing on not trying to be a stumbling block for our brothers and sisters. That's why it's important for us to keep these laws in our inward parts. Now, y'all understand what I'm saying? Y'all get what I mean? It's very important to keep the laws in your inward parts, because guess what? You'll have this truth on your mind all the time. And guess what? If you have this truth on your mind all the time, these scriptures on your mind all the time, and these laws on your mind all the time, then guess what? You're not going to be a stumbling block for nobody else. Nor are you going to allow anybody else to be a stumbling block for you. It's important to, these are important things. You have to watch, sisters, you got to watch your mannerisms. Watch how you talk. Watch what you say on Facebook. Watch how you move. Watch how you dress. Because guess what? You could be a stumbling block for a sister that used to be a straight up and down whore in the world. In the world, this sister didn't, she would damn near walk, she would walk out the house damn near butt naked. She'll walk to the damn corner store with her drawers up her butt. She used to be on the damn stripper pole showing all her goods, for crying out loud. So going to the corner store on a thong is not really far-fetched for her. So guess what? As a sister in this truth, you should be trying to cover up everything. So that sister will see you and be like, you know what? That sister really do look nice. And she ain't showing her body off. I think I should, she looks really elegant. I think I should, that's the mindset that I should be in. It also goes back to Titus 2. We brought that out, a few weeks ago, where, the women should teach the younger women, the essentials of being in this truth and walking in this life. That's part of it. Keep reading. Salakia, you've been, yeah. And it says, let not therefore judge one another anymore, but judge this rather, that no man put a stumbling block or an occasion to fall in his brother's way. Brothers, so I just got on the sisters. Brothers, you shouldn't be like, don't be a stumbling block for your brother, man. This brother is trying to focus. This brother got these laws on his mind. He got class on his mind. Don't be trying to take him away from that. Don't be trying to, hey man, you getting on the game today? Oh man, I was trying to go to class. Man, you get to class next, you get to class tomorrow. We got class every day, all day, anytime. Online. Catch it online. Catch it on the rewatch. Come on, hop on this game. Or come on, let's go watch this basketball game. Let's go, what's brothers like? Let's go have a drink. We catch class anytime. Don't be a stumbling block for that brother. If you know a brother that may drink too much, if you know a brother that can't handle liquor, don't be that type of brother that's going to cause him to, don't be a stumbling block for him. If this brother know he can't handle liquor, or this brother can't handle liquor, why offer him a drink? If you know this brother can't maintain himself, to his full capacity when he's not, all the way there, don't be that stumbling block for him. Now, if you're a brother that is focused and you got your priorities together and you putting this work first and this truth first, then don't allow another brother to be a stumbling block for you. If that brother want to stumble, let that brother stumble on his own. Let that brother stumble on his own. Sisters, if you see a sister that don't want to abide by, what the Bible say, you see a sister that constantly want to be a whore, or she don't want to come to class, or you done extended an invitation 1,000,000 times and the sister don't come, you even offer to give her a ride and she don't come, she don't want to come to the feast days, or she come to the feast days and she in a bad spirit, you understand? Let that sister fall on her own. You keep your head up and focus on what's in front of you. Because brothers, at the end of the day, we trying to get that crown. We trying to have rulership. Without that crown, guess what? If you're not in a part of the elite, you're not gonna get that crown. And that crown is very, it's probably the highest. I don't want to say that because that's not what I've been taught. It is a very high prestige accolade to get that crown from Christ. Because that crown is going to be in your family forever. You're going to die and come back and put on that crown in the kingdom. When you die, it's going to be your kids. When they die, their kids, and then eventually you're going to be born right back again, and you're going to be able to sit on that throne in your family because you've received that crown. That's a very high prestige accolade. That's what we fighting for. Sisters, you should be fighting to, listen, you got something to fight for too in the kingdom. You don't want to be looked at as this sister that's just a damn, you just known as a damn monster around Israel. This is after Christ come back. How you think that, like you did all this on this earth, you went through all this hell to be looked at the kingdom as least? This sister, that sister now, you're gonna be treated like you think you the oddball now. What's that, black sheep? You think you the black sheep now. You're gonna be in the kingdom. It's one thing to be a black sheep here on earth in this hell. But being a black sheep in the kingdom, man, I'm telling you, bro, that's gonna be a bad feeling. Everybody gonna be sitting around enjoying themselves, playing spades. You're gonna be sitting off to yourself because nobody wanna mess with you. Because you just ain't, you one of them type of sisters. You ain't had the right spirit. That ain't the type of sister. That's not what you want. And that's not what we should want. We should want, it's one body. We have the same goals that we fight. You understand? Let's not be a stumbling block for each other. Let's not allow another brother or sister to be a stumbling block for us. Let's keep our eye, as you would put it, the eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the prize. Give me 1 John 2:8.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 8. Again, a new commandment I write unto you, which thing is true in him and in you, because the darkness is past, and the true light now shineth. Verse 9. He that saith he is in the light and hateth his brother is in darkness, even until now.
He that say he is in the light and hated his brother is in darkness, even until now. He that say, oh, listen, I love the Lord. I'm following these laws. I don't eat no pork. I watched a couple of classes. I seen them UPK classes. I watched a couple of classes. But hate his brother? What I mean, and let's keep it on topic. What I mean, what the scripture, in the reference that I'm trying to make, when the scripture say hated his brother, what am I talking about? Anybody want to give it a shot? Go ahead, Gene.
Like he hated his brother but loved the Lord?
No. How is he hating his brother?
Trying to get him at the truth?
Yes. I'll take that. Give me a hand. He hating his brother by trying to get him out the truth. But by doing what? What's the word I'm looking for? By being a what? Say it in the mic, please.
Being a stumbling block.
Being a stumbling block for that brother. That's how he hate his brother, man. Being a stumbling block for that brother. You know, one thing that we know in the Isupk, that the men under us, they look at us. They see what we doing. Because guess what? I look at the men above me. And I've been looking at the men above me since I came in the truth. That's how I know how to move, by looking at the men above me. So guess what? If I know how to move by looking at the men above me, if the men above me or one of the men above me is moving wrong and I'm watching him, guess what? That could cause me to do what? Just say it. It caused me to move wrong too. That's why it's very important not to move wrong. It's very important not to move wrong because you got brothers that's watching. Sisters, it's very important not to move wrong because you got sisters that's watching. And it's so easy to just follow. It's so easy to follow somebody into darkness especially. It's hard. It's a narrow path to the truth and righteousness, but it's a very wide gate to go into darkness. That's why it's so easy for people to fall out the truth, to fall into darkness, and follow other people that fell out the truth into darkness. It's so easy to do that. Go ahead.
Verse 10. He that loveth his brother abideth in the light.
He that loveth his brother abideth in the light. Meaning you're not gonna be doing anything that's against these scriptures. You're not gonna be doing anything that's gonna cause your brothers to, follow after you in your wickedness. You're not gonna be doing wickedness. So they're not gonna follow you in wickedness because you're gonna be doing righteousness. You're not gonna be doing just anything you want to do. You're gonna do what the Lord tell you to do. Keep going. That's if you love it, your brother. You abided in light, in righteousness. Go ahead.
And there is none occasion of stumbling in him.
And guess what? You're not going to allow another brother to make you stumble either, because there is no stumbling in you. You ain't gonna fall. Listen, you 10 toes down. You solid. You ain't shaky. You ain't clumsy. You ain't got the goofy feet. You ain't got the clown feet. You standing up. You holding your weight. You standing upright, 10 toes in His truth. There is no stumbling in you if you abide in the light. And if you love your brother, you're not gonna cause your brother to stumble either. Keep going.
Verse 11. But he that hated his brother.
He that caused your brother, if you cause your brother to stumble, or if you're not being a good example for your brother, go ahead.
Is in darkness.
That means you're really not in the truth. You really don't know the knowledge. You're really not, following the Bible. You don't really love your brother. You really don't love the Lord. Because you're really in darkness. Even if you're doing it and you don't really understand that you're doing it. Or you don't understand the magnitude of what you're doing. That's why it's important to have these classes. So that now you can understand that the scriptures say, cry aloud, spare not. So this is what we here for. This is the home of the truth. You can't tell the truth, then the name, we wouldn't be able to say we the home of the truth. Let's keep it real. Keep going.
And walking in darkness.
And you walk in that darkness. You live in that darkness, man. You live in that wickedness and that sin. You hiding in a day in front of everybody, you want to be righteous, but behind closed doors, you doing all manner of wickedness. You just going out there making whores of the daughters of Israel. You sitting behind a computer screen, watching porn. You doing like General Hyman. I remember class General Hyman talked a couple of years ago or a little while ago where he was talking about how you just sitting there watching the porn when nobody's looking. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You at the computer screen watching porn. But in the daytime when everybody can see you, you hide your hands, and you just the most righteous thing walking, but you really down low, trying to sneak in a strip club, trying to slip a 20 in the girl G-string. That's what you're really trying to do when nobody's watching. You're really trying to slip to the store and buy them cigarettes and buy them cigars and holler at the weed man, hey man, they can't see me, I'm kind of known out here in the streets, so you gotta bring it to me low key. That's how you moving out here. You moving like an undercover homosexual. You doing that too. You being a damn homosexual in the closet. You understand what I'm saying? But in the day in the light where everybody can see you, you're righteous, right? But behind closed doors, you living in darkness. Go ahead.
And know not whither he goeth.
Mm-hmm.
Because that darkness has blinded his eyes.
And sometimes you could like you doing all this wickedness and not even realizing it. You're not even realizing it because that darkness has blinded you, man. That's why it's important to keep these laws in your inward parts and have it on your mind. It's why it's very important to do that. If you keep it on your mind, then you're not going to stumble. And you're not going to be a stumbling block. You're not going to live in darkness because you're keeping righteousness on your mind. Does that make sense? You have to live, breathe, eat, sleep. Y'all get the point. You have to do that with this Bible and this truth, man. If you're not doing that, it is so easy for you to walk in darkness. Give me Matthew 29 and 30.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 29, verse 30.
Salaki, what'd you say?
Matthew 29.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 29.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 29.
Mm-hmm.
And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out.
If thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out. What is that? What is your right eye? What is your right eye to you? Go ahead, Ron.
Looks like your lust and your desires.
No. Okay. What is your right eye to you right now while you sitting right here in class, like practical knowledge? Go ahead, Jimmy.
My sight,
Your sight. And what is your sight to you?
where I can see and
What is the other microphone? Oh, you got the other mic. Let him get the microphone, please. So your eyes is your what?
my sight,
Okay, and what is your sight?
where I can see everything.
So you can see everything. So let's say you lose your sight.
I won't be able to see.
You won't be able to see, and how would that make you feel?
I won't feel happy.
It would be a horrible feeling, right?
Yes, sir.
So then you would agree that your eye is something very valuable to you, right?
Yes, sir.
Something precious to you,
Yes, sir.
right? That's what your eyes are. So the scripture says, if your right eye offends you, do what?
Pluck it out.
Pluck it out. Meaning something precious to you. Something most dear to you. Let's translate that to the metaphor that is intended. Okay, your eye is also a member of your body, right? Right? So guess what? If a member of your body, something is dear to you, this brotherhood, right? This brotherhood is dear to us. So a brother, let's say a brother. This brother, that's my brother. I love my brother. Like Officer Ron, that's my brother. I love my brother. But if my right eye offend me, pluck it out. If Officer Ram, and this by no means is true at all, Officer Ram is an outstanding brother and priest and officer in his truth. His reputation definitely, he has an excellent rapport, at least to my knowledge, from what I'm privy to know. But with me, he definitely has an excellent reputation. And so this by no means is to him, about him, but I'm going to use here, if that's the wall with you, Officer Ram, I'm going to use you for an example. Officer Ram is my brother and I love my brother, but it says if my right eye offend me, pluck it out. What is that talking about? If Officer Ram is out here being a stumbling block for me, if Officer Ram is walking in darkness, then guess what? I gotta separate myself from Officer Ram, and so do the rest of the body. Now we understand. We are one body in this truth, right? So if a member of your body is offensive, what that means, if not following the ways of the body, but going straight out, living in darkness, then pluck it out. That means that member of that body gotta go. Why do you think General Hyman would kick you about the damn school? You know what I'm saying? You get to tripping in here, you gotta go. You gotta pluck it out. Because the whole body would not suffer for one member. Even if that member is the most dearest, precious member. Does that make sense? So the same way with yourself. If you know that, you know, if like, let's take that as understanding, like, I can't be that member that's living in darkness because I don't want to get plucked out because the body will sacrifice me in order to live. Does that make sense? I'm just a member. The body still got to operate, right? Now, let me ask you this. Can the body still operate with one eye? Yeah, it still got hands, still got a mouth, nose, ears, toes, feet, legs, fingers. It has all of that. So one eye is not going to stop the body from moving, from operating. But guess what? That one eye can cause, like let's say you get tumor in that one eye. You get cancer in that one eye. What can happen to the rest of the body if that cancer spreads? The body can die, right? So you can't let that cancer spread. It's better to cut off that member. It's better, let's keep reading.
Come, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell.
You see that? It is profitable to thee. It is profitable for you. It's profitable for you. I'm talking about us as individuals. It's profitable for me to not allow Officer Ram to be a stumbling block for me. It's profitable for me to not let me stumble on that. Because the goal is to get a crown. I'm trying to rule. That's what I want. I want rulership. I don't know what everybody else wants. I want to rule. I want to be a part of that governing body. I'm not going to let another brother's woes stop me from doing that. And no brother in here should allow that. No brother, if we all one body, we should all have that same mentality. Everybody in here should say, you know what? I'm not gonna let this next brother stop me from getting my crown. I mean, I love my brothers, but at the same time, if you out here you just doing whatever you're doing, hey man, look, hey, Shalom, Lord be with you. Because I'm gonna get my crown. Don't pull me to the side trying to tell me about how, you don't like this brother. Don't do it. Because I ain't trying to hear it. You go to that brother. Don't be trying to tell me about how this brother, this brother did that. No, don't do that. If I see you out here moving, letting everything cause you to stumble, I'm going to stay away from you because guess what? You're going to eventually be a stumbling block for me. I can't have that. It's very profitable for me to not allow anybody to let me stumble. Sisters, the same thing applies to you. You better not let no other sister cause you to stumble. You better not let one of these jealous sisters be like, girl, you sharing your man? I couldn't be me. I couldn't do it. You better not let that sister cause you to stumble. You better understand that it is a righteous thing to share your man. Because just like you needed a husband and you needed your reproach taken away, guess what? That sister do too. Just like that man chose you to take away your reproach, guess what? You should want that for another sister. I mean, are we working towards the same goals or not? Don't let that sister smoke that weed and be like, girl, I'm gonna smoke my weed and eat my pork. I don't know. I can't. You with that? Well, they really like to get us confused with Muslims. They're like, you a Muslim? Oh, you like that? You got your hair wrapped like that? How you just gonna let him make you cover your body like that? That couldn't be me, girl. I got it's sundress season. It's sundress. Yeah, hot girl summer. I'm trying to be a hot girl. You just gonna you go to the club with me. You look dressed looking like a nun. I can't do it. And you're going to lose your best friend because she don't want to go to the club with you because you're going to cover your behind. So be it. Okay, sis, no sweat. It's cool. You really wasn't my best friend anyway. If you care too much about how I look, why are you worried about me showing off my body? In fact, sister, you shouldn't even want to hang out with a sister like that. You shouldn't even want to be like, you know, a sister like that is out of there. A sister that can't control how she, like, can't cover her body and can't control herself. She in a damn club taking all type of Molly's and Percocets, whatever slipped in her drink, and being a whore and having sex on the middle of the dance floor. She's that type of sister. You shouldn't want to be around that sister. You should pluck her out. Pluck it out. All right? Go ahead. Verse 30.
So come, verse 30. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell.
Same thing with your right hand. Same metaphor. It's better to lose a member of your body than the whole body suffer, man. And Isupk, Commander Junior Hunter won't go for that. You will get plucked out with a quickness, because this one body is not going to suffer for one person's mistake. That's why it's very important for us to know that we are being watched. And it's very important to let our light shine. Brothers and sisters, it's very important to let your light shine, because you're being watched. Anything you do, you don't think you're important. You may think you're a nobody, but somebody's watching you. They see you. They see you in the classes. They done seen your pictures on Google. You type in Isupk, they gonna see your pictures from the feast days. They gonna know, oh yeah, I seen that sister. That sister, then catch you at the store buying cigarettes. The word gonna eventually, something was done in the dark gonna come to the light. Commander Junior Hunter's gonna find out about your smoking addiction, and you're gonna get plucked out. That's just that simple. You know how Mario, I played the game Mario when he jump on a turtle and he go bloop, and he kick it and plug it. That's how you gonna get plucked out the body. It's gonna bloop, right out the body. That's how Jeremiah ain't gonna do it. Escort that brother out the door. Escort that sister. If you act a fool at the Passover, you're gonna get plucked out the Passover. You gonna get escort that brother or sister out the door, the water. That's what Jeremiah goes. I try to do my best Jeremiah impression. But that's what's gonna happen to you. It's better that the whole body don't suffer for one member. And also, now, moving over to, so avoid the stumbling blocks while working hard. So now, if you keep these laws in your inward parts and keep this, keep it written in your mind, then guess what? You're gonna also wanna put in work, because keeping it on your mind, that's just like, that's one part of it. But you also gotta keep busy. Because if you're not busy, then it's easy to fall off. It's easy to stumble. So you want to try to stay as busy as possible. Don't really allow yourself to have idle time. Like, put in work. Brothers and sisters, put in work. Give me Matthew 25 and 14.
This is the book of Matthew chapter 25, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
For in the kingdom of heaven is as a man, for the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. Verse 15. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey.
So it's like, being it's true, right? You got a job to do. There's departments. There's brothers that got talent. There's brothers, that's savvy in video equipment and photography and editing. So guess what? These brothers, you get the job of being over the video department. You got brothers that's good at making garments and, got an eye for selling merchandise and got an eye for fashion and making brothers look good and glorious. Well, guess what? That brother's gonna be put over the garment department. And you got brothers that are great watchmen, that have great protective skills and great combat skills and has a keen eye for things. Guess what? That brother's gonna get put over shamar and security. You understand? Then you got brothers that can cook. Let me tell you something. You got some brothers that can just brothers and sisters that can just absolutely put together a glorious meal that gotta come. It's gotta be manna from heaven. It's gotta be manna that the Lord has literally bestowed upon the table. Straight from the fourth dimension. That's how good these brothers and sisters can cook. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? These brothers and sisters are gonna be put in charge of making sure the food gets out. You got brothers and sisters that are good at organizing things. So these brothers and sisters are gonna get put over planning. So you got brothers that's gonna get put places based on their talents. Some things may be more important than others, but nonetheless, it's still gonna be, their brothers are still gonna get put, given abilities according to what they can do, right? Keep going. Verse 16.
Verse 16. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents.
So this man increased his office. This man got his job, and he put in work to make it manifest, to make it flourish. He came in the department, and he did a couple of things. The department was okay, but it needed help, so that's why he got put over it. And then next thing you know, brother in the video department, at one point, things were getting shot in 360p, pixelated. Now, we in 4K, full HD, you understand what I'm saying? Because the brother in the video department, the brothers in the video department has took their 5 talents and traded them the same and made them other 5 talents. They increased it. They doubled it. You understand what I'm saying? They increased their department. You got the garment department, I came in the garment department and I had a vision and guess what? I made it flourish. And then, guess what? I get a number 2 under me. And he add on his ideas and we put our minds together and now we done doubled the increase of the department. That's how you put in work to do that. You can't just get it and say, hey, I'm just gonna hide my hands. I'm gonna take my talents and I'm just gonna bury it and put it in this little hole and I'm gonna come back to it because I know it's for sure gonna be 5 talents. That's what that's not of the Lord. That's not the spirit that Christ bestowed. You understand what I'm saying? You should take whatever's given and try to put in work, increase that. Increase this. We look at the school. When we first got to school, Captain Yadazak had a vision. Captain Yadazak and the men above me had a vision, and guess what? Look at this building now. It just increased. But it took work. It took for all of us to put in the work to make this happen. And that's the same with every school, every camp, every brother and sister in the ISUPK. It takes work to build that. To make that. If you're a brother that ain't trying to put in no work, and you just trying to hide your 5 talents and sit on it, and then one day come back and dig it up, you're a selfish brother. You're selfish. You're not trying to put, what was given to you to put in more work to increase it. Keep reading.
Verse 17. And likewise, he that had received two, he also gained other 2.
Now, even the one that received 2. So now maybe your department may not be as big as the other department, but you still increase yours. Maybe the work that you're doing, or it may not be the same amount of work, because there's no equality in Israel. We already understand that, right? So the brother that's on the pit cooking, his work may not be as hard as a brother that's standing on his feet all the time doing shamar, but that brother that's on the pit, whatever his job is, even though it may not be as hard, listen, He'll take a brisket and somehow turn it into 2 briskets. I don't know how he do it, but I'm telling you right now. Listen, Officer Ron will take a brisket, and it could be the smallest brisket you know, and he gonna feed the whole school with the brisket, and everybody gonna get full, and it is gonna be the best brisket that you done ever tasted. That's how you take your 2 talents and double that. It may not be a job that, it don't take that much work to do. Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing, he put his blood, sweat, and tears into doing it. I tell you that. That's what this is talking about. Keep reading.
Come, verse 18. But he that had received one went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money.
Oh, so no, because you get the bottom of, you feel like whatever you got, you got the lead, so, you know what, I ain't really, I'm just gonna get complacent. I'm just gonna, I'm here, I'm an officer of 50, I made it to an officer, but, I'm not gonna, I'm just, or I made it to officer of 500, and I'm cool with that, it is what it is. I'm really not, I'm still an officer of 500. I'm gonna be an officer of 500 unless I just do something crazy and out of whack. Then then I could lose my rank, but I'm just gonna make sure I don't lose my rank. Or I can be an officer of 1,000 and just, hey, I'm gonna be an officer of 1,000 as long as I pay my tithes and as long as I don't do nothing crazy, then I won't lose my rank. Or officer of 500, and so on and so forth. Everybody get my point, right? Like, it doesn't matter you not trying to increase what was given to you. So guess what? You take that 1 talent and you just hide it. And you just say, you know what? As long as I got this here, I'm gonna always have it here. But you ain't trying to put in no work to increase it. That's what this is talking about. This particular scripture, verse 18. Keep reading.
Come, verse 19. And after a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoned with them. Verse 20. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more.
Keep going.
21. His Lord said unto him, well done.
Hold on, wait. Say that again.
Well done.
General Muhammad say what?
Well done.
You see that? You know what I'm saying? You get rank bestowed upon you, and you increase that, and guess what? You turn that 50 into 500. And General Muhammad say, well done. Commander General say, well done. You understand what I'm saying? That's amazing. That this is in the Bible. You made that increase. You put in that work to get that next rank. You was a 500, you became 1,000 because you put in that work to do it. And Commander General Hunter says, well done. But guess what? Keep reading.
Come. Thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things.
You see that? It's very important to understand that right now while we're living in this hell, we should be fighting for rulership. We should be fighting to get that crown. So yeah, maybe things don't necessarily seem like, oh, you got much here on this earth. Brothers and sisters, you may not feel like you that important, but guess what? Take what little you do have and put in that hard work and make that increase, and when the kingdom come, you'll reap the reward. Endure to the end. That's why it's important that scripture say, endure to the end. He that endured to the end. Because you may not feel like you have much now. It's okay. Take whatever you have, do whatever you can, and be the best at it. You know what I'm saying? You may not have much. You may work all the time. You're not able to really be at the school for feast days or be around the sisters much. Guess what? When you can and are allowed, listen, you better, I'm talking about, you better make it to where they gotta tell you, sis, go have a seat, calm down. You relax. Sis, you're going too hard. That's how you should be. Brothers should be doing too much. Brothers gotta be like, hey, we got it, no sweat. I appreciate you. You do it. I appreciate you. No sweat. I got it. We got it, brother. You doing it? Go ahead and have a seat, brother. You doing too hard. That's how it should be. You should put in so much work to where the brother's like, well, we don't need nothing else. It's the job. Everything is done. Most High in Christ. With the little time that you do get, if you slave all the time, then guess what? The little time you do get, you should put it into the Lord. And go hard. Not just no small things. Go hard for this truth. All right? Go ahead.
Oh, God. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord, my Lord.
Enter now, Salaki, enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Like, that's what makes the Lord proud, man. That's what make Christ say, well done. Stop playing with your headband. Put your headband on. That's what make Christ say, well done. You want to make Christ proud. You don't want to be no damn whore, and then when Christ come back, he going to be like, you know what, come here. Let me get them, I need you to bend the knee, and I'm going to chop off your head. You don't want that. You want Christ to say, well done. That's going to make you feel so good. I want Christ to say, well done, and give me a crown. That's going to be the ultimate reward. Just like NBA players, their ultimate goal is to win a championship. My ultimate goal is to get that crown. That's my ultimate goal. To endure through this hell, I don't care whatever I got. I'm going to increase it. Whatever work I can do, I'm going to increase it. So that way, when Christ come back, he can say, well done. Keep going.
Come, verse 22. He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them.
So even if you don't have much, even if the job that's given to you ain't much, don't complain about it. Go hard with that little job that you do have and make the best of it. And guess what? Make that increase. Keep going.
God. 23. His Lord said unto him, well done.
So you mean to tell me even the person that got the smaller job or the smaller task to do still got a well done? So even though you got a smaller task, you still reap the same reward as somebody with a bigger task, right? Don't that make, like, how does that make, like, think about that. Let's marinate on that for a second. You got a smaller task and you felt like you wasn't that important. You felt like, you know what, I got the smaller task, I must not be that important. Well, guess what? You still achieved the ultimate reward from doing the job. You said, you know what, even though I feel like this ain't that much, the garment department, I feel like, you know what, and this is not how I feel, of course. This is not how I reflect, I'm just using myself. I get the garment department job, and the garment department really not as, and again, these are not my reflections on the matter. This is not my thoughts. I'm just giving an example. I could have looked at it like, well, it's not a huge department like the Treasury Department. It's not as important, right? The Treasury Department is probably one of the most important because you got to make sure the finances are in order. So, I got this department, but I could have got that department, but I didn't. So I got this department, but guess what? He did good. Whoever got that department got a well done for making an increase. Well, guess what? I get my department, it may be worth 2 talents. I'm going to increase that and double that. I'm going to work hard. I'm gonna make it flourish. So guess what? In the end, I still got the same reward. I got the same reward. Ain't that the goal? To get the ultimate reward, right? What are we here for? What are we fighting for? Are we fighting for this, okay, let me ask you this. The Charlotte Hornets ain't won the championship. But guess what? They're still fighting for one, right? They wouldn't have went out and got LaMelo Ball. They fighting for a championship. Even though they one of the, worst teams in the league. Everybody in the league is still fighting for a championship. Even though it's only going to be 2 top teams competing for it at the end of the day. That don't stop the other teams from working hard. So guess what? It don't matter what you got. You better work hard. It don't matter what husband you was given, you better work hard for him. It don't matter what wife you was given, you better make sure you work hard and you do your job as a husband. You protect her with your life. And sisters, you make his job easy doing that. You make him want to protect you with his life. Be that crown to him so that he wants to protect. Look, you be such a crown to him that he be like, you know what, hey, I stand in front of a bullet he be out in the middle of the street for no reason, like, here, take me. Whatever, I don't care, I just want to die for her. Nah, don't do that, of course, brother. You know, I'm just saying that's the type of spirit that she should, sisters, that's the type of spirit that you should bestow on that brother, to where he feel like he just want to go out and take an imaginary bullet for you for no reason. I just want to die for her because I love her. She's just so amazing. I can't wait. I want somebody to run up in here. I'm gonna set up a trap so somebody can run in here so I can kill for her. I just want to slay a bear for her. That's the type of woman you should be to your man. You should make him want to go in the jungle and just put a bear in a headlock and kill the bear just so he can say, hey, I protected my baby. You get the point, right? Everybody understand the point? No? You understand the point? Huh? You get it? You understand? Okay, no thank Christ. I just want to make sure. It looked like it went over your head. I just want to make sure you understand. Brothers should be willing to slay a bear for you. Like David slayed a lion and a bear for his sheep. And you know what? That's the type of crown we should try to be to Christ. Because he died for us. Let's make it worth it. Let's make it worth it for Christ. He died for us. He did the ultimate job. So let's make it worth it. So now he can look back and say, you know what? I didn't die for nothing. I didn't die for nothing. I actually, you know what? He could come back and be happy that he died for us. That's how we should be. There's some more on that. Keep reading.
Come. Good and faithful servant, thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things.
I will make thee ruler over many things. So, you take that small job and make that increase, the Lord will make you a ruler over many things. Go ahead.
Come. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Verse 24. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man. Reaping where
Okay, now let's stop there. Let's take it. Now I want to read this part. I want to read this in Luke because it gets more. It's more hardcore. So let's get that in Luke. Luke, give me a second. Luke 19 and 21. Let's get it in Luke, because Luke be more straightforward, like he more hardcore. And I ain't saying he was a more hardcore brother, but how he wrote this is way more hardcore. His account is more hardcore than in Matthew.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 19, verse 21. For I fear thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow.
In other words, he knew Christ didn't play that. He knew Christ was he was about that life. He was a hardcore brother. He was a stiff brother, and he didn't play no games. Go ahead.
Come. And he said unto him, out of thy own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knewest that I was an austere man, taking up that I laid not down, and reaping that I did not sow.
So you know what, bro? This is what Christ said. So you know what, bro? You got to get punished. Because you knew I didn't play no games. You knew I was that nigga. You knew I ain't play no games. You knew how hardcore I am. You knew that I was about that life, and you still played with me. You still playing with me. That's what Christ saying. Go ahead.
Come. 23. Wherefore then gavest not thou my money into the bank, that at my coming I might have required mine own with usage.
So you took my money and you didn't make an increase? Like you didn't. So you took, and it is not just like the metaphor is not just about money. So you mean to tell me I gave you an opportunity to make an increase and do this work, and when I get back, you don't have nothing to show for it? All you have is the little that I did give you, and you didn't make no increase with that? But you knew I was austere, and you knew I might have wanted some extra when I got back, because you knew I take us up, but I lay us not down. So you ain't make no increase. I need my own usury. That usury is like I need that interest. I need that interest. So you could at least double the money and kept I would have had that and some. You could at least offered it. knowing that I didn't play that. I was that type of guy. But you playing with me. So guess what? I'm gonna judge you. You gotta get punished for this. Go ahead.
Verse 24. And he said unto them that stood by, take from him the pound, and give it to him that hath 10 pounds.
You know what? That brother over there, that made that increase, I gave him a big job to do, and he made that increase. You know what? Let me get that. Give me that one that you got. Give me that. He took it from. Give me that. Deboed him. Take that from me. Give me that. Huh? I'm gonna give it to this guy over here that had the 10 and increased it into 10. So now he got 11. Go ahead.
Come. And they said unto him, Lord, he hath 10 pounds.
So they like, dang, he already got 10 though. You know what I'm saying? He took the 5 and made 5 more, so now he got 10. So, I mean, you gonna like, so they looking like, you know, what the hell? Go ahead.
For I say unto you, that unto every one which had shall be given, and from him that hath not, even that he had shall be taken away from him.
So, the ones that got a job to do, and you don't, you increase your job, and you go hard and work for this truth, and listen, you go hard for this truth. Don't half step nothing. You come back with some usury with this truth, metaphorically speaking. That's how hard you should go for the truth. Come back with that interest. So guess what? He that have shall be also given more. But he that, keep going. Read that part again. For him that had not.
God. And from him that have not, even that he had, shall be taken away from him.
So even him that have not, even him that don't got much, you come in the truth with, you ain't really got a place to stay. You pillar the post. You ain't barely got any clothes on your back. You ain't really got a car to get around. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't have much. You ain't coming to truth trying to put in no work of the Lord. You ain't really trying to do nothing. So guess what? The Lord gonna take it. He gonna take it from you. Sisters coming to truth thinking they good looks is gonna give them some money, some stuff in the truth. You coming to truth thinking your beauty is what's gonna get you by. You ain't got nothing. Well, the Lord gonna take from you too, whatever little that you got. You may have just got a little car with your little stimulus money. That car gonna break down and you're gonna be homeless. Brothers coming to truth. That's why brothers lose their mind when they leave the truth. A brother coming to truth barely got anything, and guess what? Soon as they leave the truth, the little that they did have, which is their mind, the Lord gonna take that from you too. So now you don't know you don't know your right from your left. You don't know, you damn near on the verge of walking down the street like a nomad, digging in trash cans, talking to yourself. That's what you're on the verge of. Because the Lord will take that from you too. He'll take your mind from you. He'll take the lint out your pockets from you. Since you don't want to put in no work. Since you care more about other stuff than this truth. Because you don't have them laws in your inward parts. You don't have this righteousness on your mind at all times. The Lord will take it from you, whatever you got. You put that job first. Lord gonna take the job. Put that car first. He gonna take that car. You put that woman first. Who seen that? Jaheim or whatever? Put that woman first. That Jaheim, he gonna take that woman from you. You know what I'm saying? You put whatever you putting first before the Lord, he'll take it from you, man. And you're gonna suffer. That's why it's better to have this brotherhood to lean on and be a member of this body than to be plucked from this body. If you get plucked from this body, Lord be with you. But as long as you're a member of this body, listen, everything gonna work smooth. Everybody, because the whole body gonna get to the destination, right? Like a car. The car gonna get you if everything on the car running smooth, it's gonna get to the destination. But guess what? If the right headlight go out, is the car still gonna get to its destination? Yeah, it's gonna get there without you. You just the headlight gone. We'll get a new bulb. No sweat. I'll just go buy a new bulb and replace you. And then the car will be able to have 2 headlights again. Well, that's the same with this one body. That's the same thing with your body. Guess what? You get your eye, you have to plug it out. You can still see. You can still do what you need to do. Yeah, you get your artificial eye. You get your arm chopped up. Now they got technology. Now you get your mechanical arm. I guess I don't know what the hell. But you get your what they call it prosthetic. Yeah, I was about to say prostate. Salafia. Good night. Salafia. You can get you a prosthetic. Y'all know I'm retarded. Salafia. You get you a prosthetic arm and leg. It's okay. The body's still gonna be able to get to where it needs to get to. But if that right hand offended, you better cut it off. If that brother or sister is being a stumbling block, you better cut them off. That goes to outside the truth and in the truth. Period. Right? Let's read verse 27. And we're going to stop it at that, and we're going to come back for part 2, which is working hard, actually, talking about doing work in this truth. Read verse 27.
This is verse 27. If those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them.
This is Christ talking. Those mine enemies, meaning, listen, you can't even take what Christ died for you. You mean to tell me you can't put your all into this truth? He died for you. You can't even do that for him? Well, guess what? You're an enemy to him. You take that one talent, you hide that talent because you want to be selfish, you're an enemy to Christ. You be a stumbling block for your brothers and your sisters, you're an enemy to Christ. If you allow a brother to cause you to stumble, and you stumble, and you're an enemy to Christ. And he said, but those mine enemies, go ahead.
Bring hither.
Bring hither, meaning, bring them on over here. Get over here.
Right.
Go ahead.
And slay them before me.
And kill them right here on the spot. Kill them right now. Right in front of me. That's what Christ said. Now, what type of brother or sister are you going to be? Are you going to be that brother and sister that want to be selfish and jealous and all these different things, letting your jealousy be a stumbling block for you or another sister because you can't share your man? Or you at that job and you care more about that paycheck than you care about your brothers and sisters in this truth. You got that stimmy, your pockets got stimulated, so you ain't even focused. You ain't even come to class today because you got a little money in your pocket. You out trying to buy a new car with your stimulus check because you got 4 or 5 kids, so now you got a nice little stimmy, and you can't even focus because you on Amazon Prime trying to buy something. And you can't even be in class because all you've been doing all day and all night, the only thing that's been on your mind is Amazon Prime. So now you can't even come to class. Well, guess what? Christ said, but those mine enemies, if you're a brother in this school and you got idle hands and you ain't doing nothing and brothers is working hard and you sitting at home and you can't even come to camp, you can't come to class, you can't do no work, you ain't doing no work, guess what? Christ gonna say, but those mine enemies, you're a brother that's, you drink a little too much and you sit up here talking to, another brother's wife or, you just out here tripping. You just doing too much. You out here offending your brothers with no regard. If you out here sneaking to the store to buy cigars and cigarettes and taking a puff every now and then like nobody can see you, the Lord see you. And guess what? When Christ come back, he's going to say, but read the verse one more time.
Bring hither and slay them before me.
But those mine enemies, you're an enemy to Christ. And he's going to say, bring hither and slay them before me. So you better hope that cigarette was worth it. You better hope that blunt was worth it. You better hope, and you don't get coronavirus, because that's what's going to happen. You out here smoking and, passing weed around. You better hope it was worth it. To you, because if it wasn't worth it, it was just the dumbest thing that you could have ever done. You get plucked out the body, ooh-wee. That's the dumbest thing that you could ever do, especially in a time like this, in a time right now. You see what's going on in the world? Everybody see what's going on in the world, right? Now is the time where everybody should be trying to run to the truth. I'm talking about Usain Bolt to the truth. Jackie Joyner Kersey, was she a track star? Jackie Joyner Kersey? I don't know. Yeah, you get the point. You should be trying to run to this truth. a 4.0 in the 40, a 4.0 in the 40. A flat, 4 flat, that's what they call it. A 4 flat in the 40 run to the truth. So at a time like this, you get kicked out the body. Good night. It's bad time for you. You understand? We gotta understand that it's very, very, very important for us to keep our mind right. Keep these laws on our inward parts. You know, keep these scriptures on our mind. Keep righteousness on our mind. Be the best version of ourselves according to the Bible. Not according to yourself. According to the Bible. Not according to your best friend. Not according to your homeboy. According to the Bible. Be that version of yourself. That's what's going to get us to the kingdom. Brothers, that's what's going to get you a crown. Sisters, that's what's going to get you, listen, all the recognition and glory that you're going to get from Christ in the kingdom. Being who you are now, increasing that, magnifying that. Be the best version of yourself. Don't slouch. Don't like, if you ever looked at things in life where you felt like, oh, I got to be the best version of myself. I got to be the best I can be. Whatever it is, then you damn sure can do it for the Lord, right? We can be the best version of ourselves for the Lord, right? You know, that's very important. So, with that, make sure you pay your tithes to the men of the Lord and the Isupk. Go to isupk.com, click the donation link. Also, hold on, let me get this post real quick. Salakia. Our Cash App, the Isupk official Cash App, is currently out right now. Is not in service, so we're going with the Commander Junior Hunter has elected to go with a different form of payment. Is Zelle. What's the information for Zelle? Officer Ron, you got that? Give me a second. I'm trying to find it real quick. Give me a second. Okay, so I'm just gonna read off this message. Salam Akim, Akwakian, Salaki to the men above me, per Commander General Hunter. We are moving away from Cash App, and now we'll be using Zelle going forward for tithes and donations. Please push on Facebook heavy. Let all brothers and sisters know. So that goes for all brothers and sisters that's under the sound of my voice right now. We are push it on Facebook. Make sure you share it. It says when using Zelle, use the school's first name, which is Israelite School. That's the first name. The last name is UPK. The school's email is tithes@isupk.com. You understand? Whoever who does not have Zelle can continue sending tithes and donations through the school website, which is isupk.com. You click the donation link and you go ahead and pay your tithes through PayPal. All right, but if you want to go through Zelle, this is what we're pushing now instead of Cash App. Go ahead and do Zelle. Again, go on the first name, it's Israelite School. Last name is going to be UPK, and the email is tithes@isupk.com. All right. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and pass the class to Officer Ron for the security announcement, man. You know what I'm saying, get the Most High hand. I'm right.
The Isupk started out with 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves on the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, out of the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew, Ayasharah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering to priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, is the Passover, which is the 14th day of the first month, which is Saturday, April 24th, 2021. Out of the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 1 through 51. Leviticus, chapter 23, 4 through 5. 1 Corinthians 5, verse 7 and 8. And 2 Chronicles, chapter 30, verse 17. Also, we have the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is the 15th day of the first month for 7 days, which is Sunday, April 25th until Sunday, May 2nd, 2021, sundown. Out of the book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse through 20. Exodus, chapter 12, verse 17 through 20. And Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 6 through 8. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And those are the security announcements. We got one more announcement. Brothers and sisters, Google search the school and request the directions prior to departure to school. Once arrived, click the website button. Also call the Google number. If you have pictures, you can upload them there. And these conclude our announcements.
What's on Christ? All right, imagine, which means to stand. We're gonna give one courtesy salute to the teachers. To the teachers, Salakia. Men of Israel, Amani Shabbat, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah, Yazamatah. Sorry. We're gonna give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amani Shabbat, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh Shema Latah Ba'Hashem Yahushua. Yazamatah. Dismissed.
Please hold our talk until we finish the Passover commercial.
Shalom. Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua Barakatah. Yahweh Shema Latah Ba'Hashem Yahushua to the sisters. President Captain Yatazak with Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, telling you to come out to the 52nd annual Passover under Commanding General Yohana. Yeah, man, it's going to be at the ranch, man, the BH Ranch. And it's going to be a glorious event. April 24th, come to Houston, Texas, where we're going to serve the Lord the way He's supposed to be served. You understand? We're going to celebrate the destruction of our enemy in the BH Ranch, and it's going to be a glorious event. Make sure you come out, man. It's going to be a $200 fee to get in, but let me tell you something. You're going to enjoy yourself. This is going to be the best event you've ever been to in your life. So I'm going to tell you, man, 1414 9 Player Street, come out, man, and enjoy the brotherhood and sisterhood under Christ. With that, shalom.